Shaka was a great Zulu king and conqueror. He lived in an area of Southeast Africa between the Drakensberg and Indian Ocean, a region populated by many independent Nguni chiefdoms. During his brief reign, more than 100 chiefdoms were brought together in a Zulu kingdom, which later survived not only the death of its founder, but later military defeat and calculated attempts to break it up.
Shaka was the son of Sun Shakona, ruler of an insignificant small chiefdom, the Zulu.
His mother was Nandi, the daughter of a Langeni chief.
The relationship between Nandi and Shaka was forbidden, and that Shaka was born in Langeni territory. Shaka's name is said to stem from his father's claim that Nandi was not pregnant but was suffering from intestinal condition caused by the eye Shaka beetle. Despite his attempts to deny paternity, Shaka eventually installed Nandi as his third wife. The relationship of Shaka and Nandi seems to have been unhappy and ended in Chieftain driving Nandi from his court.
Nandi and her son sought sanctuary in the Malatus Valley of the Langeni people. Here, growing up as a fatherless child, Shaka seems to have been the victim of humiliation and cruel treatment by the Langeni boys.
Hey, boo. What's up, boo?
Shaka armed his warriors with short-handled stabbing spears and trained them to move up and through the encompassing lines. Warriors would hold onto their spears instead of hurling them, and move right up to the enemy behind the shelter of a barrier of shields, and would be able to accomplish complete victory. The development of the military system caused major economic and social changes. The cattle wealth of the whole community throughout the kingdom was greatly improved, even though most of the herds were owned by the kings and his chiefs. All shared in the pride roused by the magnificence of the royal herds, as well as the pride of belonging to the unequaled military power of Zulu. By means of much drilling and discipline, Shaka built up his forces, which soon became the terror of the land. Shaka prohibited the wearing of sandals, toughened his warriors' feet by making them run barefoot over rough, thorny ground, and in doing so, secured the greater mobility. His war cry was victory or death, and he kept his empire on continuous military campaigns until he thought that they had earned the right to wear the head ring of manhood. Then they were formally dissolved and allowed to marry. Freed from the restrictions that limited most chiefs, Shaka acted as an undisputed almighty ruler. A cruel tyrant, he had men executed with the nod of his head. The loyalties of his people were severely strained as the frequent cruelties of their great king increased steadily.
The climax came with the death of his mother Nandi in October 1827. Huge numbers were put to death during the mourning ceremonies because they showed insufficient grief.
Why are you Snapchatting Hanli during my mom's funeral, man? Oh! Oh! Oh!
His armies were sent out to force the surrounding chiefdoms to grieve.
Well, would you look at that? 3 pregnant ladies. Stab, you're dead. Stab, you're dead.
Dingain and Longana stabbed Shaka near his military barracks at Dukuza. As the great king Shaka's life ebbed away, he called out to his brother Dingain.
Hey brother, you kill me thinking you will rule, but the swallows will do that. Are you stabbing me, kings of the earth? You will come to an end through killing one another.